Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Roland Adegoke. Here's a YouTube channel that is solely dedicated for the development of ourselves in order to be relevant in the ever-changing world. The world we are is not static, it's ever-changing. In order for us to maximize every opportunity available, we just have to keep on developing ourselves. So today I'm speaking on the concept of personal development. What is personal development? Personal development has to do with the gradual and deliberate process of improving one's self. Improvement in the area of our skill, our talent, our ability, and then our interaction or social bond with others around us. It is important we understand that our self-worth or our self-esteem is determined by our ability to deliver accurately and to provide solutions to the problems or challenges around us, whether personal, public, corporate, or societal problems. When you don't develop yourself, you remain static. You remain at a point in which it gets to a point you become completely irrelevant and abandoned. The world we are is an ever-changing world. The only factor basically that is static is the concept of change. The world changes over the time. Knowledge increases. The rate at which individuals, especially the younger generation, the Gen Zs, are coming up with veritable ideas, problem solving skills are becoming so alarming, and we cannot remain at the same spot and expect the best of our world. So self-development or personal development, as the case may be, has to do with sharpening your skill, has to do with improving on your talent. You may be naturally endowed to do certain things, but it is at a crude raw level. So until you process it, until you develop it, until you work on it and improve on it, it may not be marketable. Just imagine a miner who has gone to mine some resources like iron ore, gold, and other precious stones. Until he refines the precious stones, the price or the value will be so minimal. But when you process it, when you work on it, when you prove on the quality, on the quality of what you have, the value will also increase in demands and all that. So the concept of personal development has to do with being deliberate or intentional. I think I have to emphasize it. It has to be intentional. You cannot just embark on personal development casually. You cannot just embark on personal development maybe because somebody said it and then let me just try it and see how it will go. No, it has to be deliberate or intentional act. And then number two, you must aim at a particular purpose, at a goal you want to achieve. It is not haphazard in nature. It is not just here and there. It is not just try and see. You must aim at a particular end in view. It's like playing the game of football without a goal post. You just be roaming around. There is no way you can assess your process or progress. There's no way you can determine if you are making progress or not. So, personal development basically must be aimed to achieve a certain goal. Then, number three, it has to be gradual. Yes, you start intentionally, deliberately, but the process must be gradual. It's not just one at a time. Once you start, it has to be gradual. You build on it. You build on it. That is the essence of improvement. If you are good enough, if you are perfect enough, there will be no need for improvement. But because you've discovered some inadequacies, some lapses in your ability to deliver well, then you go for improvement. You develop yourself, you train yourself. And sometimes you can't do it alone. You have to go through training from other people. You have to submit yourself for tutelage, for training, and all of that. So it must be a gradual process. Then we also know that it involves learning, continuously learning, self-taught. You learn from others. It could be in a class, it could be one-on-one with a mentor, and of course, it will involve discipline, self-control, temperance. Sometimes you want to go for your training, for your learning, for your studying, for your self-improvement processes. But sometimes other things will come. I want to relax, I want to rest, I want to watch films or whatsoever, visit a friend or do other activities. If you don't discipline yourself, you don't put yourself under a kind of control, restraint, temperance, you may not be able to achieve the concept or the practice or of personal development. So personal development is important if we are to be relevant in our world today. Just imagine an individual who learned how to repair the 1930, 1940 versions of Volkswagen. And with the world we are today, that when we are now talking about AI, artificial intelligence, robotic engineering, and a lot of advancement in science and technology. Now, to even repair having the knowledge, the skill, and acquisition of the training of repairing the old Volkswagen is completely out of vogue, out of fashion. Or individuals who was trained, he was so proficient in the use of typewriter, the olden days 1930, 1920 typewriters. You discover that computer has overtaken typewriter. I wouldn't know if there is any office today that uses a typewriter. So if an individual is still banking on, yes, that is my training, that's my line of discipline, that is the best I can do, such an individual is completely out of market. So the challenge we have in our world today, basically, that we talk about unemployment here and there, is just because some people are not employable. There is this big idea, I'm a graduate, I have my master's or PhD or whatsoever, but there are basic skills that somebody without first degree, that is without a BSc or whatsoever, can do. They've acquired all those skills, all those ideas in order to add value to themselves. So at whatever level you are, there is a need for personal development. There is a need to improve. You may be the best in your given environment, but you may not be the best of the best. I remember while I was in the secondary school about 20 years ago, I used to have a teacher, my agric teacher. Remember one day he called me and said, Roland, for the fact that you sit comfortably on top of your class, that is, you lead your class, that doesn't mean you are the best of the best. Said there could be instances in which other students from other schools, nearby schools, will pull together and you have to sit for an exam, and possibly you might not be able to beat them. Said therefore, do not rest, try to be the best version of yourself day by day. And I think that is the summary of personal development. Deliberately, intentionally, and gradually improving your skills. You've been trained, you've acquired certain skills, but improve on it much more than what your master has taught you. You have natural talent, is at a raw level, crude level. Improve on it, build on it, add value on it in order to rise to the top. Then your self-esteem will boost up. People will respect you, people you have greater value in the society. So personal development is intentional, is gradual, and it brings reward when you're back on it. Then your self-awareness will be important. But of course, you have to know that there is no way you can build or go for personal development without knowing who you actually are. So this will usher us into the next episode. Do have a nice day.